there's no way that he or she can escape from that. And so he had to do all he did, and that telephone conversation that was actually released by the very dark black man, and we're here now, okay? The Nigerian Correctional Service is also not left out of the scheme of things, further revealing the rot in the society. Okay, I'm glad that the EFCC chairman did not waste time, and he has called for a thorough investigation and a promise to expose those involved in that particular allegation that has been brought out, even though Bobrisky has said that, no, that's not true, it's not my voice, etc. You know how they always say we live in an age of AI, so anyone can clone another person's voice. But then forensics are still there, and you are able to determine the claim of AI or if it is real. So I'm sure it's something that will not hit our head against the wall or will not beat ourselves too much, and it will be unveiled at the end of the day, except, of course, there is a compromise in order to cover the behind of some people who are involved in this very scandalous and corruption leading matter. It's just very sad, that over and over these things keep happening. Some are saying, well, let's carry out the investigation, let's reveal. But many are also asking that, of what rationale is it? In Nigeria, no matter what, even if the names are revealed, we don't get to see much being done. We just get to see it being treated with kid gloves and until another scandal comes up again. Because, let's take our mind back to when the UAE, it was said, revealed the names of sponsors, when there were some damning revelations about certain people, whether in high places or, Nigerians who are involved in very corrupt practices. And it brought about uproars and outcries. And at the end of the day, nothing much. In instances where people have had to go to prison or have to be sentenced, they go there 1, 2, 3 months, and before you know it, they have some sort of pardon, And so it speaks to the fact that we're not a serious society when it comes to prosecuting issues to the very end, taking criminality, and allegations of crime and criminality and all corruption practices seriously. If we are, then we will not have the high level of corruption that we have right now. Honestly, it's just very appalling that in many public spaces, in many public institutions right now, you cannot go in and get the needed services that you want. You have to be asked for money, like they're doing you a favor. They have monetized everything. In Nigerian system, everything is monetized. Even the things you're supposed to get for free. Some people find a way of sabotaging everything and asking for money. And if you don't give them the money, they coerce you by frustrating you. They hide your file. If you're supposed to take a contract, for example, you are told to bring money before you are giving your contract letter. I have a friend who recently, was awarded a contract. Now, getting that letter out is a problem, because there's a certain amount you have to pay, some certain people. Even as little as, I remember when I was telling you that story some years back when I went to take the yellow fever vaccination, and it was a back and forth thing that people were asking for money. Go to this one or that one. These public institutions, maybe you just need to go and get your identity. You want to go and buy something. You need to go and fill some forms in order for you to get some documentations here and there. All the way you have blockades because there are people who are standing on the path to a smooth operation of things, and they insist on getting money and, extorting Nigerians everywhere you turn around. It's just a sad thing. The moment you even enter traffic and, anything happens, it's an opportunity of people who are probably wearing uniform to just pounce and start asking for money everywhere you turn. And we're wondering, how do we survive? Everything just seems to be choky. So the allegations that Bobrisky did not go to prison, did not go to the correctional center as he is supposed to, is actually there. And there has also been an uttering of allegations by the Minister of the Nigerian Correctional Center. Because if you ask many, they will tell you of some individuals, who have had to be sentenced and they never get to serve in prisons. So there is a insecticide and deodorant treatment according to the highest bidder, if you're able to pay. We're such a monetized society. We have lost our conscience. People have lost their conscience. People who are given the responsibility, who probably swear to an oath or have just taken out, and by virtue of being given that responsibility, you know that many people will be dependent on you to carry out your service diligently. But no, you frustrate and frustrate and frustrate people. You keep taking and taking and taking until the day you are old and tired and you're taken out of that place. Then you become a frustrated person, and unfortunately, maybe things just start going wrong, and you're wondering. But you forget all the misery and all the pain you've caused people. I wonder when we will change our mindset as a people in this nation. That everywhere you turn, high and low places, is the same case. Everywhere you go, So that's it. I mean, and then in the other instance also, it is said that. Okay, yes, so on the other news, we're talking about EFCC filing a fresh 110 billion naira fraud charges against the former Kogi State governor, and lots of other news. But what I want us to focus this afternoon on our great debate is the shake-up of ministers, the speculated shake-up that will be happening pretty soon, right? On nationals or some national dailies, it's been said that very last-minute changes, that there might just be changes within the ministers. Some will be uprooted and thrown into wherever it is that they'll be thrown into, and some might just be fresh blood might just be introduced, or fresh people might be introduced into the system to see if we might have some form of faster development and maybe pace up the way things are going in the country. Because I don't know if by your estimation, the ministers have performed well, but there is a speculation. Remember when this administration came in, they said that, there will be room for changes, and most likely non-performing ministers would have to be shown the way out in order to make way for better people who would be performing. Now, I remember we talked about, who are the ministers back then, who you feel, is performing and who is not performing. Now, based on that, I want us to also have another, is it a debate now or just a discussion about who should go and who should stay? Based on your estimation. But there are speculations here and there as to who will stay. In fact, it has been said that the secretary to the, no, not the secretary, chief of staff to the president, of course, Bajabi Amila, there are speculations that he might just also be chopped off, and someone brought in, there is the rumor of the fasholas of this world coming back, not this person or that person. It's just speculation. Nobody is sure about that. But the presidency has confirmed that a cabinet reshuffle is imminent, with sources indicating 11 ministers could be relieved of their position. So Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, revealed this development yesterday in his first media briefing with State House correspondents at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Onanuga, who was joined in the briefing by Senior Special Assistant to the President on Digital and New Media, Otega Ogra, did not give any timeline for when President Bola Tinubu will reshuffle his cabinet, but insiders believe the announcement will be made later this week, after the announcement was delayed at the conclusion of the Federal Executive Council meeting on Monday. Onanuga confirmed that the president was considering a reshuffle of his council, but declined to specify how soon the ministers will be moved around or dismissed. He said it's true that President Bola Tinubu has plans to reshuffle his cabinet, but I can't say specifically whether that will be done before the independence celebration on October 1. It's worth noting that President Tinubu appointed his ministers in August last year. However, those familiar with some of the details of the imminent cabinet change stated that at least 11 ministers have been penciled down for replacement, with the chief of staff to the president, Femi Gbajabiamila, likely to be relieved of his appointment. Then former ministers of work and housing, Babatunde Fashola, is noted to have been identified as a likely replacement for Gbajabiamila. And if he declines the offer, the current principal secretary to the president, Hakeem Muri Okunola, has been identified to fill the void. Okay, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Adun, is expected to get a junior minister in the person of the Chairman, Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, while decisive action is likely to be taken on the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu. Insiders note that the ministry might be scrapped due to the level of malfeasance and corruption perpetrated under the guise of intervention programs. Also, Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, Minister of State, Environment and Ecological Management, Ishak Salako, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Atiku Bagudu, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Anite, Minister of Interior, Olupumi Tunji Ojo, and a few others may not be lucky in the imminent cabinet reshuffle. According to those familiar with the imminent changes, some ministers may be moved to other ministries, while those found to have performed below par will be removed. Okay, and insiders also noted that a minister who served under the Buhari administration will likely be returned to serve under the present administration. The official confirmation of a cabinet shake-up comes after months of speculation since Tinubu's first anniversary in office, as Nigerians grumble about the need for better governance performance amid economic challenges. And this is also happening against the backdrop of some ministers failing or falling below expectation regarding his renewed hope agenda. A year after President Bola Tinubu inaugurated his 45-minister cabinet, many Nigerians expressed displeasure with the team's performance. While some acknowledge flashes of brilliance in some ministers, the consensus of critical stakeholders was the urgency of a cabinet reshuffle, with the president replacing his political allies with more capable, experienced, committed professionals if he genuinely hopes to save the country from socio-economic implosion. Okay? So, I mean, looking at I feel it's not only ministers, I feel even some heads of parastatals, with what the CBN is doing right now, taking the MPR so high and all the other things, monetary policy stands that they're taking. And having listened to lots of analysts, specialists or economists who have looked at that, and said, look, this is not going to work. Like yesterday, I was listening to Paul Alaje, whom I hope to get in contact and also bring in here to help us analyze. He was talking about how very unrealistic and unworkable some of these monetary policies were seen. That this was the same policy that the likes of Zimbabwe, Japan, Turkey once upon a time, and some other countries adopted, and it just did not work for them. So if it did not work in those climes, I mean, when you see your neighbor's house on fire, the next thing they say is you go put water on your own bed or in your own house to guard against any outbreak of inferno too, right? So you would wonder why we're taking this same path. As many small, medium enterprises have cried out saying that, look, it's going to snuff out the light of small, medium enterprises. And we keep talking about wanting investors to come. And then we're also at the same time, canceling the conducive environment needed for anyone if they have to find us attractive enough to come, for that to happen. So while we're speaking of one thing, we're doing the direct opposite to make Nigeria a destination or a no-go destination for any meaningful investor, whether foreign direct investor or even local investors who would rather go elsewhere and invest. I mean, if you take your mind back to what Dangote said, you understand what I'm saying. So having said that, let's have a debate. I'm going to pitch you up against each other, and you guys would debate on the shake-up of the cabinet, on who should go, who should not go, and whether we need a total overhauling, or some people should be sustained or maintained to continue in view of the progress that you think they have made or not. So basically, what I'm going to do today? I'm going to adopt a different method in this debate. I'll pick up two people randomly, and then you guys would choose how to go about your debate, right? So I'll pick up somebody, you tell me your name, where you're calling from, and all of that, and you propose a motion around this cabinet shake-up, and then you get your opponent to oppose, and you guys debate on it. So you'll be choosing what you guys want to talk, but regarding this particular topic. That's how I want us to go. Okay, so I can see someone is calling. So, for example, my name is Salasi, and I'm proposing that so person should go. I want the Minister of the Economy to go because of his woeful performance. I want the Minister of Interior to stay because he has performed well. Another person would, who is your co-debater, will now say, no, I don't agree with you. Minister of Economy has done well, blah, blah, blah. You guys would debate out your own topic by your own selves around the topic of the cabinet rejig that is being proposed pretty soon. So that's how we'll go this afternoon. So, like I said, 2 random people I'll be picking. You'll be proposing and opposing yourselves. And let me start with this person. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Barrister Swat. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yeah, how are you, ma?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, this is Ojo, the next president.
Okay, so just hold on. Let me get you a co-debater so that you can make a proposal and your co-debater will oppose you. Is that okay?
Let me make a proposal first.
No, let him. You will tell him now. It's not me. You tell. I want to get you a co-debater. Say that you tell him, then he would oppose you. Let me just pick up this. Hello. Yes. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. All right, Adeomi, Ojo is going to propose something and I want you to oppose him with regards to the minister. So, Ojo, go ahead.
Yeah. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes. Adeomi is your co-debater.
Yeah, my... Adeomi, Bawoni.
I'm fine, my brother. Good afternoon.
Yeah. I want Minister of Petroleum, Minister of Petroleum, both states and federal, Minister of Environment, and Minister of Sports to pack their bags and baggages and go.
Hello.
All right. Adeomi?
Yeah, I'm with you, Swat.
Okay, so go ahead. Respond to Ojo.
For me, I am.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Petroleum to go. both the counterpart minister at the state is because of their failure to manage the price situation of our products. This is the minister that declares subsidy on. But down the line, some months later, we are seeing Yeribo Asat yesterday. That is still telling us that they should remove fuel subsidy permanently, meaning that they are only deceiving us that the fuel subsidy has come, but really or unwillingly, they are still paying the fuel subsidy. Two, with the level of the economic situation and all the promises that the minister promised us that there will be relief CNG buses up to now almost 1 year down the line. He has not been able to provide that. So for me, I see it as a failure on his part. And for that, he's not capable enough to manage that ministry. Looking at the price of gas, as at today, the last time I bought is 1,200 per kg. And we have gas wasting away in this country. And yet the minister could not do anything for almost 1 year. Now, on the Minister of Environment, I have not seen his impact positively in the life of Nigerians. Look at what is happening currently in Borno State. He has nothing he can do about it. Look at what is happening even in other states. Now we are hearing from the news this morning that about 23 states should prepare for fruit before the end of this year or before next week because of the release from the Lado Dam. These people have been a good 1 year. They have not really find solution to this problem that we are having almost every year. Now, lastly, before my opponent will come up, the Minister of Sport, he too has spent almost a year in that office. He has nothing to show for it. Look at the Olympic Games. We spent about 12 billion naira. Yet we could not present even rubber cup for the money spent.
All right.
So for me, these three ministers, they have nothing to show for it. They have at least their usefulness, so they should leave the office.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ojo. Adeomi, tell us your own point of view.
Thank you. For me, Mr. Ojo has said it all. It's like we're on the same track. But if you ask me which minister first, I want him or her to go. Number one minister, our minister. Secondly, my former governor, Blue Economy, what he called in his ministry, he should leave if things want to do it. Thirdly, this military, this GMD NPC, that man need to be fired and prosecuted. We need to know what is the achievement for over 5 years now. He has been there since last government of Muhammadu Buhari. I want to know why we need to serve. What is the merit that make him continue being in office now in under Tinubu government for over 16 months now? In the next 3 days now, Tinubu will be in office for 12 months and 4 months, 1 year and 4 months. So what military is doing, we need to know. All the money that he claimed that he generated the other time, over 4 trillion, before he told us that the whole supplier, we need to ask him, where is the money? You are the one who said we should not call you a liar if I will work by December, from December to April, from April to July, July to August, August to September. Up to now, it did not work, and you are celebrating yourself. You are telling us Dangote, you are the one who will be the Lord on Dangote. They should go. If people know that they don't have anything together, they don't have anything in common, the acquisition of the refinery in Malta is not true. Nelly need to go. Number one. Secondly, Minister of Blue Economy, former governor of Osun State, is a failure. When he was a governor in Osun State, what did he do? He shared us cassava steam with his wife for 4 years. He cannot give us a bridge of 1 kilometer. What is he doing? Because he's a cousin to Mr. President. That's why he gave him the appointment. So he didn't deserve it. What is Blue Economy here? Blue Economy Ministry may work in another Western world, but in Nigeria it's like a failure. They are just making money. We don't know what is going on. He will go to Tinkerland today and speak English. The big one, when they will still fail us. Thirdly, this power minister is not deserved to be there. He was in the CBN as a deputy governor. We have agreed that he excelled there because he's an economist. He's not deserved to be in Ministry of Power because he has come.
Okay.
There's a lot of problems is going on by spreading us. We should pay so amount of money.
Hello,
rate of money that we are paying a year.
All right.
Thank
you. Adelmi, your time is up. Your time is up. So, Ojo, do you want to respond to him? Do you oppose any of the ministers he has called? You think that
Yes.
Okay, tell me, which one do you think you're opposing him on?
The Minister of Power, I disagree with him.
Why?
Good. Yes, we have increment in the electricity. But for me, that man is doing a good job. Number one reason. There's a proposal that said that they want to hold on. They want to disband all the disco company. That the number of customers they have is too much for them to.
He's not doing anything good, so don't let us
they want to reduce it.
It's only in Abuja
that
here we see electricity. People are
only focus in FCT.
A lot of people will call after you now. They will tell you there's no electricity. What are we celebrating for?
Nasarawa State, I buy that idea. Then another proposal is made the issue of the paid meter. They have budgeted a money for it that before the end of 2025, all the electricity customers will have prepaid meter.
Indeed.
So it is estimated billing. I think if we should leave this office, we will not be able to carry on that project, and maybe another person that come in will not continue with it. So for me, for that reason, I would prefer him to continue because he's still doing a lot of good job in that ministry.
I disagree with you. Adelabu did not deserve to be a power minister. My brother, let me tell you all this rhetoric.
He's trying. If you look at the kind of problem we have in that sector,
that Adelabu is speaking is a lie.
We need a tough person that can challenge this company that is sweeping up Nigeria. So if like that person can do the job.
Because you have flights in your area doesn't mean that Adelabu is doing well. He's not doing well. A lot of people will call in Abuja in a rural area.
He's doing well. He just needs a little time to accomplish what he's doing.
Okay.
But the Minister of Blue Economy,
Adewumi,
thank you.
Mr. Ojo, thank you so much. Thank you, gentlemen.
I hear you.
Yes.
Adelabu did not decide he must go.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Adewumi said he does not agree. He should go. Ojo feels that he is trying his best and he believes in his working, the work ethics and the progress we might make if he remains in office. Thank you, Ojo. Thank you, Adewumi. Okay, remember you are the one to choose a side and your opponent will pick up points and oppose you on. Okay, so you would make a point, your opponent will make their point, and you guys go head on. So let's take up this one. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Swakasat.
You're welcome.
Na ga da kallabi tsakanin rawuna. I greet my two good friends, Ojo the next president, and Adewumi. I greet you all.
Mm-hmm.
So I should choose the minister that should go.
I have somebody. Hold on. Hello. I've picked up somebody's call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Barrister Swat.
Yes, sir.
Abubakar from Gwagwala. No.
Yeah.
I'm not debating with Selassie, no.
You don't want to debate with Selassie. Selassie. Mala Abubakar doesn't want to debate with you. So let me get you another person. Let me get you another person. Hello.
All right.
Hello. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Tell me your name.
My name is Abubakar.
Abubakar?
Yes.
Okay, so you have Selassie. Selassie is going to make his point. I want you to listen and you also pick up points and oppose him. And Selassie, you also should listen to Abubakar. And if he makes any point that you do not agree with regards to who should stay and go among the ministers. So, Selassie, your time starts now. Go ahead. Who do you think should go? Who do you think should stay?
Good evening. Good afternoon to my good co-debater, Mr. Abubakar. My name is Selassie. I may not be hearing him very clearly, though I may be on my radio to hear his own response.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Minister of Defense, both Minister of State and the Federal Minister should go. And the Minister of Agriculture should go. And the Minister of that Power should pack his baggage and find his way. Because in the aspect of defense, you can imagine the junior minister, the minister of defense from Zamfara. What did he do about the insecurity in Zamfara? We all hear the allegation between him and between him now and the present governor of Zamfara State. In Zamfara, people have to be paying money in order to have access to their farms. In Kaduna, you have to pay money in order to have access to your crops. In Sokoto and other places, people are paying money and they have, in order to have access to their farms. As I'm speaking to you, I have paid ransom, not once, not twice, for my family member to be released. I call on this radio station on Tuesday, citing the insecurity. Even in Abuja here, people are not secure. But if you say something against them in power, they will know where you are, they will get you, and they trace you and get you arrested. Then come to the issue of the Minister of Agriculture. What has he done to bring succor to the farmers? What has the Minister of Agriculture did in the aspect of providing fertilizer to the farmer? Nothing has been done in that aspect. And before you know, you hear a lot of promises, and they even if they will make some promises, they will do it after the farming season. And it doesn't make sense. Then come to the issue of power. We remember, we are here, we made to understand that in Tanzania, they have to shut down their power plant because of excess power. Here we are, we don't have steady electricity. They ask us, if you have to get prepaid meter, the bottleneck, the corruption attached to prepaid meter is so alarming that Nigerians can't even have prepaid meter. And we are here paying ban A, ban B. Even Joe, the next president, can attest to me that even in his community, he called this radio station and complaining that in his place, they have to pay this, they have to pay this, and they are migrating, shifting people from all Nigerians. What they are trying to do is that they are trying to shift Nigerians to Bahrain.
Thank you. Thank you. Abubakar, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure you listened to Salasi. What point do you agree with him, or who are your own ministers for the go or stay? Then you guys will oppose yourselves.
Well, I partially agree with him on the...
Are you there?
Does not...
Hello?
Security issue. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said security issue is not about the minister. Ministers comes and go. Those are fighting these insecurities are institutions. So the essence of the those ministers was announcing is to fast track a policy that could enhance their...
Hello?
Topic like that, like Minister
Struggle to listen to him.
Aviation is good to go. Minister of Health is good to go. Minister of Finance, I'm having some kind of mixed feelings on his own side because the recent policy, the recent monetary policy that they just rolled out, look as if it is anti-people. So I'm not too sure about my stand on his own aspect. But like the Minister of our Power, actually, we need a professional in that area. I think Minister of Power should go because from all his engagement, it's like he's not getting the right policy that he could use to drive that sectors. Like a Minister of Foreign Affairs, yeah, I think I'll give kudos to him. He's a very, very fantastic man. Minister of Agric, I think that one too. Not too sure about my stand on him. Minister of Blue Economy that's a total failure.
Okay.
None. In fact, I don't even see it. I don't even see him doing anything in that area.
Okay.
About blue economy. Blue economy is not a foreign policy. It's not a foreign thing that is happening abroad. It is the way to go for every country that has an ocean. Oceans, marine ocean transport drive the business of any country. No any country can develop without having a functional...
Abubakar, we're missing out on your conversation on parts of what you're saying.
Yes, I'm missing a lot.
Yes, go ahead. Round up. Begin to round up. Abubakar, are you there?
Okay. Most people don't understand what blue economy means. And blue economy is like a game changer. Our economy can actually be next. Let my opponent come in here.
All right. Salasi, it's over to you. What do you feel?
I'm in disagreement with Abubakar that he said the security is an institution. And that is why we have the minister there. And the minister is there to coordinate the security chiefs. We have the DSS, we have the NIA, we have the NSA, we have the chief of army staff, we have a chief of defense staff, we have inspector general of police, we have all these things. And this minister is there to coordinate, to see how to tackle insecurity in this country. As I'm speaking to you, in Abuja, people are now even longer safe. If you are to board vehicle in Abuja, you have to be very careful, or else you'll be kidnapped. So in that place, you won't just come. My opponent, sir, you can't just come. You can't just say that it's an institution. An institution. That is why the government is there to monitor that institution, whether they are doing well or not. If they are not doing well, he can advise the president. In due respect, sir, these people, this organization in social and social aspect, I think they are not good. If they can be able to replace them, I think the previous time we see the replacement of DSS, people jubilate. We see the replacement of the DGNIA, people jubilate. So we want to see them in action. Whoever that is not working as well as insecurity should be put out. Now, before you travel, you have to be back. Your mind will be in your heart because you don't know what may happen. Anyone can be kidnapped. As I always say, today victims are yesterday survivor. Tomorrow victims are today survivor. It could be anyone out there listening to me until they do something about the insecurity. I'm telling you, we all become victims of insecurity. Thank you for giving me the privilege. Once again, now go to Abubakar. I greet you. You're welcome, sir.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Abubakar, what's your own point?
Yes, sir, Salasi, my brother. I'm not actually totally disagreeing with you. What I'm telling you, my point here is that irrespective of any minister that might come in terms of defense, it is only coming to fast track policy that will enhance
I can't hear him.
the performance of security. What about the chief security? What are we doing with those on the grounds, those on the battlegrounds, the personnel of the battleground? How are we checking out their welfare? What is their morale? What is their motivation? How do they be motivated? There are a lot of things. It is not about just the minister. It is about those on the ground, on the field. What is actually happening to them?
Okay.
Who are the people? Yes. So, irrespective of any ministers that might come, if you don't actually checkmate what is on the ground, how is the operational, the operational level on the ground? What is the key performance of if those heading those institutions that does not have key performance index? If they are not given time,
all right,
to execute whatever policy the government wants to go ahead. Irrespective of
thank you, Abubakar. Thank you.
Allow them to function.
Okay. Thank you, Salasi. Thank you, Abubakar, for your time. Appreciate both of you. You guys did a great job. Let me read some messages before I come back to the phone lines. Clems on our Facebook page. By the way, we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. You said, Madam Swat, how are you today and your loved ones? The president is the Minister of Petroleum and he's not doing well. Then how can his ministers perform? And they are all the same. They have failed woefully. Okay, then if I got Geoffrey, said, good afternoon, Madam Swat. I think the cabinet change is long overdue. If you ask me, the Minister of FCT, Interior, Finance, Labour and Productivity, Ministers of Agriculture and Minister of Power should be sacked. These guys have no business in Tinubu's government. They don't care about the masses. Then Eli Migbe, Michael said, good afternoon, Nigerian full family. Then Patience Ojo Chenemi said, good afternoon, Auntie Swat. Thank you so much for your comments on the Facebook page. Let's look at the WhatsApp portal and read this one from Solomon in Life Camp. He said, good afternoon, SWAT. I think ministers that should be replaced or retained are FCT Minister, Minister of Works, Interior, and Sports. The remaining should not only go, but should be jailed for five years. That's what Solomon said. Thank you so much. Tom from Gwarimpa, you said a heartily good afternoon to you, SWAT and Nigeria Info. Now, talking about President Tinubu's reshuffling cabinet, maybe due to either over or under performance. Are you kidding me? Over performance? Nobody mentioned over performance. So. any of the case, here it is. He who comes to equity should have clean hands. The question here should rather be, is the principal, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who evaluated his cabinet minister's performance, performed by evaluation of the seeming citizens he claimed to be leading? How is the Nigerian at large today before he assumed office as the president? And how is the petroleum sector since he made himself the minister of that department? I'm not expecting any unusual miracle from the incoming cabinet because the principal person has intermittently refused to evaluate some of the insensitive policies made so far that is working against the lives of citizens, says Tom. Okay. Mama Swat, laughter one killed my enemies here. Oh, Chai, Ojo, the next president, just so calm while Elder Ade will be just they split out raw fire. Nigeria Info, you people just know how to ginger us, honestly. God bless your lovely love family station. Thank you, Deepo Inkado. And this one here says, Ojo, the next president, you were not the one that complained about buying electricity of 10,000 naira for 44 units, and you came here to complain. So what changed? This one, you are singing his praise. Hope all is well. Shala from Gwagwalada is asking. Then, great job. Well done to you all, says Hafsat. Good afternoon, Swat. I think when one debater is speaking, the other person should wait for them for their turn. The discussion is kind of rowdy. Chris from Apo Settlement. Long messages. Please, just make very short, straight messages. Don't send me long ones. I may not read everything. My first point, Tinubu's plan to remove some non-performing ministers is a welcome development. Good enough, he's also a minister. Therefore, I ask him to do well and recuse himself from the office of the president, and heaven will not fall. Tinubu, you have made Nigeria a desert, no food, no water. Your policies have crippled Nigeria. Please leave. I do not believe those who say the people surrounding you do not allow you access to the information regarding the situation of things. You know everything that is happening. Please excuse us and go home. That is what Israel says. And this one here says, good afternoon, Swat. There are ministers that should be dropped with immediate effect. The Minister of Petroleum, both federal and state, Minister of Power, Education, Agriculture, Blue Economy, Finance. Lady C from Airport sends that in. Greeting to you, dear Swat. The Minister of Interior is doing good, even when they are forced. They are trying to be a hindrance to the good work they are doing. Then Swat, Minister of Special Duty should go. James from Area 10 says that. Shay from Luke Bay said, good afternoon, Auntie Swat. I'm surprised the Minister of Petroleum and Power are not listed for axing. Well, that one, I think those ones are just speculations. We'll see the real deal when the time is right. Leo said, what unequal society? While others serve prison terms within the four walls of the prison yard, others serve in hotels and hospital beds. What a country. Come to think of it, between ministers and the president, who should evaluate who? Please, Minister of Petroleum should recuse himself. He's the worst performing minister, says Leo. Gabriel from Lubei said, cabinet reshuffling stroke sacking. The president should start from himself as the Minister of Petroleum first. He should tell Nigerians how well he has performed so far as a minister alongside other ministers. Okay, then Paul West Iduon from Kubwa said, good afternoon. Swearing with Quran or Bible is just an annoying deceit because all of us know the holy books don't kill. And that is the reason why all the thieves that have crumbled the economy are alive till today, because they all swore to the Bible or Quran. Our problem is because of our not having serious, fearless, radical, and non-corrupt leaders. Okay. Good afternoon, Ma. Please, there was an educational advert on your platform about 7:55 a.m. I was not there at 7:55, so you should reach out to Itodo when he comes in. Value system is diversionary from the present of difficulties Nigerians are going through. Our leaders are a bad example of that call. Jacob Tachio from Gwags. Okay, let's pick up the next set of callers or next debaters. Hello.
Hello, sir. Abubakar from Gwagwalada.
All right. Okay, Abubakar from Gwagwalada. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I also have Justice of Peace, right?
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
All right. So Justice of Peace and Abubakar, you guys are up against each other. So I want Abubakar to start. Then Justice of Peace, you also have your own take. Then you can debate on the points or on the issues. Malam Abubakar, go ahead. You have the floor.
Thank you. Look, actually, this is a nice speaking of the debate. It's a good one. by showing a good example, the president reshuffle himself. The Minister of Petroleum should be detached from presidency. It should no longer dwell in presidency because it always undermines transparency, independence, and effectiveness of that ministry. The usual practice right from Obasanjo time, when the sitting president become the serving minister of petroleum, it's not opening well for the country. It's better we have a transparent ministry who is detached from presidency, so that it will be accountable. There will be, and it will also lead to a transparency in the ministry, so that NNPC will be detached and they should be subject to investigation, whatever. The current practice where NNPC is also a legal entity, at the same time practice monopoly. Before this time, they told us that the market forces will determine the price of petroleum products, but contrary is the case. So I want the president to reshuffle himself, to appoint an independent minister, not dwelling in the presidency. Then I want to see Minister of Defense being sacked, to be reshuffled with somebody with a background in a defense issue, who is well grounded. Then I want to see also the Minister of Agriculture going we want to see a very resourceful person who is well versed in agricultural practice and who his portfolio will align himself with the current reality. That is my take.
Thank you, Malam Abubakar. Unfortunately, I think Justice of Peace was edged out by the network. But if you can call after this quick commercial so that we can get you guys back on together. So just call back, Malam Abubakar.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Hi, everyone. My name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
This is Nigeria Info.